Hey everyone, this is Kenny or Kent or whatever you want to call me, and you're listening to The Other Show.
So I spilled honey all over
Finish that sentence.
my keyboard.
Oh,
And,
okay.
they talk about how to fix sticky keys. And do you know how hard that is to Google when it's a completely different kind of sticky? Like, how do you clean a keyboard with sticky keys from honey?
I feel like you're walking into some you got to specify with honey because you're walking into some very dangerous territory there.
It's horrible. I'm sitting there because I usually eat a honey.
First of all, how are you Googling this with sticky keys?
Luckily, my phone. I Googled it with my phone because I could not, like half of the keyboard, and you can see it right here because, welcome to the other show and tell.
The show and tell,
And
indeed.
So,
you are taking
That's
it apart.
why.
So what we're looking at right now is a thin Apple keyboard. It's like circa 2009, right?
Sure.
Is that your work
Maybe it's a
keyboard
newer one.
or is that your personal?
No, this is my personal one. And so, because I was eating a peanut butter and honey sandwich before I went for a run.
Because normal sandwich.
Yeah, because that's kind of what I like to do before
Did you go full Pooh Bear? Were you only wearing a t-shirt and you're sticking your hand in a jar of honey and also trying to, use the internet as you do?
Why did you
mental image?
Why did you just make Disney the dirtiest thing ever? Right there. Like, I need to call Spencer's Cat Bishop now. Thank you very much.
No, it doesn't help that Josh is wearing a red hat and blue shirt right now because it's, for some reason, it just helps enable the mental image.
Well, listen, and we don't know if he's wearing pants right now. We don't know if he's going full Pooh Bear right now. You never go full Pooh Bear.
I'm not going to stand up to prove a point at all right now because I just want you to sit there in awkwardness wondering.
Because is he
really wearing pants?
That's why.
Oh,
Josh,
bother.
Why are you cleaning off the keyboard? I'm looking right now on Amazon, a brand new wireless keyboard, not necessarily Apple, but same style.
Oh, nope.
$23.
Oh, is that from Temu? What are you looking at, Spencer?
Amazon.
So I tried
to
visit clean the keyboard. I went through and I took a toothpick. I even took some thumbtacks to try to unsticky everything, and I put them through the dishwasher and everything to make sure that the keys were clean. I got most of them kind of working except for the shift, the caps lock, and the number 1 key. And I'm sitting here and I can't even do it. So right now I'm kind of lost. And so, I just kind of went to Amazon.
You just kind of have to
new keyboard.
You did? Okay, you actually did.
Because I just gave up.
Play with it and just work it loose. Use it repeatedly.
Well, no, the thing is I tried, but the spring wasn't springy enough, and because there's too much gunk on the sides, like the honey, because it just would get stuck again. And I don't know why I'm sharing this, other than I just feel like this is the most opportune time for a PSA.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well sell the beginning of the show for everyone to know. Don't eat PB&J above your keyboard.
Yeah,
while wearing no pants.
PB&J.
Stop.
Wait, what does your wife say about this? When you break something like this, and it definitely was an accident, didn't need to happen as well. What does she say? Do you tell her, or do you just buy the new keyboard?
Yes, both. And she was kind of impressed when I was cleaning the keyboard. Like, oh, look at him. He's being very industrial. He's being very, go-getter. And then halfway through, I'm just like, this is it. I'm done. I'm not going to unstickify the caps lock key. And it's going to bug me for the rest of my life if I don't.
Josh, let me get this straight. You ate a whole wheel of cheese, then pooped in the fridge. I'm not even mad. That's amazing. That's the energy I'm getting right now from you and Marianne, okay?
It actually, that is pretty much our relationship, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't take much to impress her. I mean, that says it all right there,
Kent,
too.
In 43 episodes, that's Exhibit C for my application. Just throwing that other comedy.
Okay, sure. Hey, just wait 43 more episodes. It's fine. Hey, have you guys ever had ants in the kitchen, in your houses, anywhere?
Yeah.
A trail of hundreds of ants.
I probably will on my keyboard pretty soon if I don't get this new one.
Yeah, no, you absolutely will. So you need to get rid of it. Spencer, when you see the ants, what's your reaction also? What do you do then?
Have you ever used What kind of show is this, guys? We're a bunch of middle-aged white men talking about honey and cleaning on your keyboard and how to get rid of ants.
That's pretty on brand for three white guys. Let's be honest.
First off,
we could talk about mayonnaise if you want to.
As the dad of the group, Kent, what you're going to do? I'm saying,
okay.
Let's be real. I'm the dad of the group. Come on.
You are. Okay, Dad.
What you're going to do is you're going to get yourself a spray bottle with some water and then some dish soap. Just spray that on the ants. If you can find the source where they're coming from, look like behind a stove, or if you can find the source, that's going to work best. The reason that works is because ants have a waxy exoskeleton. This works for all bugs, by the way. So if you spray the the dish soap, which is a degreaser and water solution on them, it actually melts the outer layer of the exoskeleton and they basically bleed to death. Very effective.
What?
Okay,
hold on. You're saying, okay, so here's what happened. I go down, so I moved, right? And it's a much bigger kitchen. And I had no food on the counter, but I had utensils and appliances on the counter.
They'll get you
and
every
a lot
time.
I need to take care of, right? And sure, I'm sure there were crumbs. But I come downstairs one morning and I see hundreds of ants in this giant, maybe like a forked road. And I'm like, oh, well, gonna get the vacuum real quick. And, you do, and they scatter and you just chase them and they never go away. You're saying I see hundreds of ants. I get a spray bottle. And even with all maybe I have to move my stuff, but I'm creating carnage on the table. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
Bleeding to death?
Yeah, whenever I spray bugs with that, like I just picture them doing like bleeding to death, and like it's like Terminator T3.
And it's just water and dish soap?
Yeah, just water and dish soap.
So here's the key though.
The honey key? Okay, sure.
You have to do it in the form of a pentagram.
No, that's when you make
so they don't cross the lines. So, and that's good to know, Spencer, because here's where my head's at is like, I want to get rid of like the bulk of them, right? And that's why I'll vacuum them. And it's like a wall vac, right? Like a tube system, everything like that, right? So they're living with their cousins somewhere. They go for this crazy roller coaster ride and they're living in this big pile of garbage in the garage. Well, then I start spraying and I have some really strong spray. But even then, I'm like, they're in the cupboards, like they're in drawers. And I'm like, where are they coming from? Because I couldn't quite tell. So I'm spraying kind of where... kind of like my sight lines, like here's where I think they may be coming from. And so I spray those, but like then you wait an hour and they're not like to the extent, but they're back. And so I went to Home Depot and I got ant traps, right? And they're like, oh, ant traps are good for three months. You use 4 to 8 and you use more, just get rid of them. And I'm like, how do they work? Because I've never really dealt with this. And the ant traps legit say you put them down in the line of ants, you wait for ants to go in like a hotel. And then when they leave, you wait for them to go back to their colony, and that's when the colony kind of dies off. And I'm like, I think the ants made this ant trap. I think the ants want us to say, like, there's probably food in there. That there's like, yeah, just be patient. Just be patient, and we'll eventually die. And I'm like...
That does work. So what it is there's a piece of poison, and they take it back to their queen first to feed the queen. Because they're a matriarchal society. I don't know if you knew that. It's kind of like Provo. So it's a matriarchal society.
Oh, gosh.
So they bring... They bring it back to the queen, who eats it, and when the queen dies, the colony collapses. But what you're also going to want to do, Kent, is if they've already established like walking lines, you need to get in there with some vinegar and like wash where the lines were, because they travel by scent. So since they've already established like these walking lines and these trails, like you got to eliminate that scent.
I've learned so much about ants today that I feel like I need to just cancel my Zoo Book subscription. I just need to cancel it because Spencer just taught us everything we need to know.
Josh, true or false? You still have your shark and your elephant zoo books. Those two specifically.
True.
Absolutely.
I know. Me too. I mean, it's at my mom and dad's, but
So Spencer, the one thing that I did is add a little bit of, and I'm not a big essential oils guy, but there's an essential oil I found in the kitchen that's cinnamon, and ants apparently hate cinnamon. And you put like a drop or two in there.
Yeah.
And it also kind of is pungent enough to kind of drive them away. I think once again, maybe I'm drawing them in further. Maybe they're like, yeah, big cinnamon. That's a lie to bring us to the kitchen.
It actually works for cats too.
Well, I don't want cats to go away. I want cats to hang out.
Well, no, but if you put it in your Christmas tree, they'll stay out of the tree.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
Honestly?
Cinnamon and I think spearmint. Just get them some double mint gum.
We put that in the front room plant to keep Dot from pooping there. And it just encouraged it.
It didn't work.
Yeah, she got some spicy poops.
So, Spencer, you're okay. So once I spray and they bleed to death, what's your solution? Then vacuum them, wipe them up. It sounds gross. Point, whatever you're recommending.
You got to mop them up eventually. Like use like a vinegar solution to mop them up. But I think if it's as bad as what you're describing, I think you're at the point where you call some pest control.
Or
I think so too.
Why don't you just start a side hustle business where you just sell ant farms, right? Just go get yourself some ant farms, fill them up with ants.
Wait, so I'm collecting them?
No.
To sell them.
Sell them to the neighborhood kids. Give them to your daughters to sell at the school.
You got to find a niche. There's people that do ant farms for kids, like wholesome ant farms. You got to do like an unethical ant farm. Like, I want you to package them with a whole thing of sugar and then ship them to enemies.
Nobody should be sending ants to Vegas.
Yeah. So, well played, sir.
Why would you send ants to Casey?
My ant farm is going to have LEDs, and it's going to be like a DJ ant farm. And once every ant in there is going to think he's a DJ, kind of like the real world, basically. Mm-hmm. And so when one of them dies, they can just take over.
Push play.
Yeah, just push play. Anyways, listen, I actually want to know from everyone listening, have you suffered with ants? It's summer. It's going to happen. Also, earwigs are kind of big this summer, which is pretty gross.
Ooh.
But how do you deal with them? How do you prevent them? And I know the answer is pest control, spray baseboards, spray the outside of the house. I'm willing to do that. But I want to know what you've done specifically, any weird tricks or anything like that.
Yeah, when we had our infestation, they were coming in through the stove. So it's not the baseboards. Move the stove out, Kent. Look behind the stove.
I'm gonna, actually. That's gross.
Ew.
Okay. And is it like a hole through the house? Like through the tubing and that stuff like that?
Yeah, do you have a gas line to your stove?
Mm-hmm, yep.
Like, they'll fit through anything. So they could be coming in through that.
I hate to make this transition right now, especially coming from such a topic as this, but we do actually have a couple of new patrons that I'd like to talk about. Maybe they can even give you some advice on your ant problems. But
patrons coming in through the baseboards.
There's the title of the episode. Anyway, we'd like
good problem.
We would like to welcome.
Put the spray bottle down. Put the spray bottle down. Does not work on patrons.
We'd like to welcome, first off, Debbie Foster. So Debbie is...
Welcome, Debbie.
Debbie is a $15 a month patron. That is the More Than Friends of the show. So she gets the monthly bonus episodes, and she gets, obviously, the weekly other show, which we talked... what did we do this week? We just recorded it. Anyway.
We talked about Disneyland. And you didn't let me give my real suggestions.
We talked about Idaho.
Yeah, we talked
about Idaho.
Potato Land.
Not Disneyland.
That was the bonus
Potato
episode.
Land, yes. Anyway, she gets all of those perks. And then also, we have our newest Friends with Benefits patron. And
nice.
This is an exclusive tier that we have for $25 a month or more. And we with only 12 seats on this tier. This next seat goes to Raylon Givens. I think that's a pseudonym.
From Justified.
Is that just
okay?
Is that Justified?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
love it.
Yeah, Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, it's Justified.
I think that's Dan Merrill. But I don't know if he wants it to be anonymous.
Okay.
But
a man of good taste.
Yeah, maybe.
maybe. Anyway,
but welcome,
Raylon,
awesome.
And Debbie.
Raylan.
See, I don't know.
Raylan Givens.
It's my Utah knees coming out, I guess. Don't spend enough time in Idaho.
You have runner's knees, not Utah knees.
Whatever stuff. Dad jokes. Anyway, Raylan gets
there you go.
Gets the bonus episodes, gets the weekly other show, and gets to be on the live show, which happens every quarter, which it's pretty much a live AMA, ask us anything, and
Josh and Shane.
Essentially, yeah. So anyway, if you want to join us on Patreon, all you have to do is hop onto patreon.com/the other show, hit subscribe, start listening to the other show, which we pretty much do every week. And we have a bunch of fun bonus episodes, which probably talk a little bit more about this last month's bonus episode next week, dealing with Disneyland.
Okay, yeah. Why? What's next week? Yeah.
Well, what's
the big deal with Disney and next week?
So next week, next Wednesday, the show comes out on the 17th. And if you know anything about Disneyland or Disneyland history, you know that July 17th is Disneyland's birthday. So it opened July 17th, 1955. So we're going to kind of make it a little bit more Disney-centric. We're going to talk a little bit more about the bonus episode that we had this past week, why some people are a little angry at Spencer.
Because you didn't let me give my real suggestions.
We didn't know what was real, Spencer.
That's the whole point of Disneyland, is the suspension of disbelief.
But not on a podcast. Anyway, we're going to talk about that. We might have a couple other surprises. And I think we do kind of want you to call in and either share with us your favorite Disney tips, your favorite Disney tricks, whatever it is. So if you call my voicemail,
or call in with your Disney birthday wish.
Disney birthday wish.
Ooh.
Actually,
yeah, whatever your Disney birthday wish is.
So what would that entail? Give us an example.
Spencer, give us an example. What would yours be?
A pickle?
Oh, no, my Disney birthday wish would be, enjoying a cold Disneyland pickle with my kids, and then looking up and from across the way, looking toward Tiana's Bayou Adventure, I see none other than Sir Patrick Stewart. And he makes eye contact with me, and we both nod, and he does the finger salute and says, "Make it so." That's
or would
Disney
he do
wish.
the face palm because of what you're asking?
I don't know if that's a birthday Disney wish or if that's just a Spencer fantasy.
If I am blowing out the birthday candles at Disneyland's cake, that's what I'm wishing for.
Okay.
Is this a Disney wish or a Make-A-Wish, Spencer? What's going on here?
Is there a difference?
I don't even know anymore.
That's a very good question. So yeah,
Wait, you get any Disney wish, and it's that you're specifically there.
If you are blowing out Disneyland's birthday candles and making a wish, what's your Disney birthday wish? For me, it's enjoying a cold Disneyland pickle with all my kids and an angry dog from Pixar Pier. I love those things. And I look across to Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and I see Sir Patrick Stewart.
I know you don't
make eye contact.
You don't have to repeat your dream there. Or your fantasy,
Make it so.
whatever.
No, we got it.
Yeah, we
make it
totally,
so, Josh.
We totally got it. So, okay, that's the question then, I guess, that we're just going to be asking.
Sometimes I ask Stephanie to say, "Make it so."
Oh gosh, we don't need to know that. So, what is your Disney birthday wish? That is the Spencer poll for the week.
Really, that's it.
Well, come up with your own Kenny poll, and we can do that next time.
I'm like, help me with ants, but I guess now that's my Disney wish. Hey, Bugs Life, take care of my ants. Get Hopper over here. I need some help.
Oh, don't start that one again.
No, absolutely
So
not.
we want you to call in. Call us on my voicemail at 801-508-4989. Again, that is 801-508-4989. So I can't wait to
Josh,
hear what people have to say.
Do we have any phone calls this week?
No, we don't.
Does that mean I can do it?
What, you want to call us?
Can
right
I do
now?
What?
No, can I?
Wait,
can I do the
what are
wheel?
you gonna do?
Can we do the story wheel?
Oh, the wheel. Sure.
Roulette.
Please.
Can we
Also,
just-
please. Yes.
Can we do stupid news roulette?
You can't steal that idea from yourself from another show, Spencer.
Look, I took my Kent action figure with real snark action. Like you push the button in the back and like he karate chops with snark, right?
Mhm.
And then I took my
Yeah.
Spencer action figure, but my Spencer actually pushed the button on the back of the Spencer action figure and it raises a hot dog to its mouth. And I mashed them together, and that's where I came up with.
It's no, just say
Stupid
it's
news.
Voltron. It's basically Voltron of stupid news.
The Voltron.
You know, we're the Megazord, if you will. You know, our powers combined, Captain Planet of stupid news.
With Voltron, which lion is your favorite, and why is it the black lion?
Oh man! Look, I've always been a blue guy. Always. Although
I
the black
was
lion, pretty freaking sweet.
almost pegged you as a blue lion guy. Yellow lion, actually.
What does that mean?
for me?
A yellow
I
lion
don't know,
is
it's just
awesome. Let's see where I'm going to see where all these things fit on the Voltron. on the Voltron. I sound
red and blue. Red and blue are the arms, and then green and yellow are the feet, and black line is the main body.
Oh, yeah. I always went for the arm.
Look, I don't pretend to be like I'm an older.
You're right. Oh man, black is super cool.
Yeah, well, black is the leader.
Yeah. Josh, you have any idea what's become of this show, but also what Voltron is?
No, I'm sitting over here with the Meow Mix song in my head, so whatever.
Of all the participants and hosts of the show, Josh would be the most into Voltron because it is a bunch of cats that form together to make a giant cat that fights other cats.
What? I need to know more about
Voltron is awesome. So Voltron, they're robots, and they form together to make Voltron. Mm-hmm. So you have the black lion, you have the yellow lion, the red lion, the green lion, and the blue lion.
Isn't the red lion a hotel?
Yes, but it's also Voltron. I think it's his right arm.
Okay, I'm still lost though.
Anyway. Well, we all got lost in the season.
Power Rangers where they have...
Yeah, I was the Red Ranger once.
Yeah, the red was Tyrannosaurus Rex, right? Well, they all combine to form the Megazord, right? That's a direct ripoff / borrowing tribute to Voltron. I'm assuming.
Voltron.
I would say.
Yeah. Well, Kent, let's be honest. Josh is lost right now, but we were all lost in season 3 when they became Vehicle Voltron.
Oh, I hated that.
And it was no longer Lion Voltron because
the worst.
Car Voltron sucked.
So stupid.
Meow 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 meow.
Okay,
meow,
roulette.
Meow meow meow. Since I lost my roulette wheel, we're gonna pretend that I'm wheeling it. So
you told me earlier you were writing down these names.
I wrote them down. I don't know.
Listen, we're creating a fantasy here, Spencer. What are the new names? What are we looking up?
So we have the first option. We have D.U.I. Friday. The next option is Weekend at Bernie's, followed by SkyNet, and the last one is The Little Mermaid That Could. So you ready for me to?
Okay.
Yeah. How are you going to spin this?
Yeah. He's going to put up all 4 fingers and go like this, like just, and then randomly stop his fingers.
No, I'm just going to like randomly.
For those that can't see, I'm waving my fingers.
It's much better to fake. It's much better to fake rolling dice than it is spinning a wheel. But
you're going to drop a USB drive down a tower.
Is that a train?
The Little Mermaid That Could. No, it was the wheel stopping.
I'm pretty sure the wheel randomly, quote unquote, randomly stopped on the mermaid because Josh sent this story.
I like mermaids.
Oh, I see.
Look, this one is also local. So let's go ahead and dive. See what I did there? To the Little Mermaid That Could. This comes from KSL.com.
All right.
Provo woman becomes fastest mermaid in the world at the Mer-Olympics.
What?
A lot of young girls pretend to be a mermaid while swimming in a pool or the ocean.
And young men.
One Provo woman. You're right. Don't want to discriminate. Let me try that again. A lot of young girls and young men pretend to be mermaids or mermen while swimming in a pool or ocean. But one Provo woman has made that dream come true and competed in the Mer-Olympics.
Oh, no.
It almost looks like it says Mer-Olympics. But
which is everybody's grandpa, right?
Or like wizardry if it's the Merlin Picks. But that's something else entirely. No one wants Merlin
Picks. I was
Picks.
thinking is like wizardry.
Yeah.
Like the Tri-Wizard Cup, the original name. Mia Sims, 22, became the fastest mermaid in the world in May. Whoa, so this has been like, she's won a while ago. When she competed at the Swiss Mer-Olympics in Geneva, Switzerland. How cold is that water? The Mer-Olympics have been around since 2015, and the competition is held every 2 years. Sim has officially been mermaiding, it is a verb, for 10 years. What kind of cheese goes well with mermaiding, Kent?
Probably a Gouda.
Camembert.
It is in Geneva, Switzerland, so Camembert, they speak French or Swiss. But the Mer-Olympics are solely designed to prove athleticism. Many mermaids will also do pageants or events. All athletes must compete in 5 events at the Mer-Olympics. So just let me know which one you guys would choose. Ecology. The athlete dives down and retrieves as much trash as possible in 90 seconds. Wow, that sounds like something from Scout Camp.
Yeah.
Figures. The competitor has to perform 3 of 10 mermaid figures. Underwater posing This is yours, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Each person dives down and poses for a picture and then has to swim away for the next person to take their spot. Sim said she thinks this one is the hardest. Rescue. The mermaid has to do a 25-meter submerged swim and rescue a dummy. Prince Eric. This better be dressed up as Prince Eric.
Oh, absolutely. Right. Or Tom Hanks.
Or Tom Hanks.
Ooh.
Splash.
Sorry, Josh.
Tom Hanks would definitely he'd be like the 100-pointer. And then
Actually, no, you know what
Prince
happens?
Eric
Tom
would
Hanks
be
is
like
actually
50.
He's drowned. So we have to drown him like at the end of Splash.
So it's actually okay. So essentially,
Yeah, you're okay with this?
Be a dead Tom Hanks.
You know what, Kent? Now that we all know from the bonus episode that Disney owns Touchstone Pictures and they could do a Splash attraction. I'm not saying that's a good idea or not. Why didn't Tom Hanks play Prince Eric in the live action version?
I mean, he's in everything else
like
they do.
60. Well,
Yeah.
70 probably now.
Yeah, but they have de-aging technology. Anyway, the last event obviously is speed. The athletes race along the top of the water for 50 meters. So they're Jesus. Of course, all the events are completed while wearing full mermaid or merman gear, meaning that I laugh at my own jokes, meaning their legs are bound from the hips to their toes in a tail. Some mermaids will wear a fancy headdress or even wigs to complete their mer look. Sim placed 15th overall in the adult competition but won the speed event and broke the record for mermaid speed.
Whoa.
I am the fastest to date and currently hold the record, she said. The mermaid speed event is hard because the race requires the athletes to swim with the back of their head breaking the water. It slows you down a lot. It's not designed to be super fast. Her time was a little over 38 seconds. Huh. Interesting.
You would think that they would also have her go through like hoops underneath the water, like an obstacle course. I feel like that should be a thing.
What is this, Echo the Dolphin?
I don't know. I mean, I've just seen plenty of like mermaid specials that, you know, you feel like you should have that kind of underwater agility.
Okay.
Okay.
Is Kent...
Hold on. I'm just looking at mermaid jokes now. 'Cause...
I was going to ask, is Ken even still here? Like...
Sorry. Okay, what do you call a mermaid that can't sleep? A finsomniac. Nothing? Nothing?
Oh. What else you got there?
Yeah, no. All right. So, oh my gosh, there's pictures that go with this. I'm surprised they made it into KSL with the clientele and owners of KSL. But we'll post this to our socials. Josh, what's the next story?
Where do mermaids see movies?
At the dive-in.
At the dive-in.
Sorry, I saw that one too. Hey, why do mermaids never catch colds?
Why?
Because they get plenty of vitamin C. Vitamin C.
What is a mermaid's favorite TV show?
What?
The Little Mermaid.
Whale of Fortune.
Oh.
Spencer, this is your fault, by the
Josh.
way.
It is your fault.
I know it is.
Okay, here you go.
No, it's Josh's fault. He rigged the election. I mean that.
Nope. Nope. Here we go. We're spinning. Beep, 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 beep,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And we've got D.U.I. Friday.
Okay, so this is a pretty short one, luckily. As many of you know, the embattled pop icon singer, Justin Timberlake, who's recently going through some troubles.
Yeah,
he is partnering with Tiger Wood to start their own sports bar.
Tiger Wood or Tiger Woods?
Just plural.
Tiger
There's
Woods.
both two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, when he's drinking, he ceased to.
Oh, no. No. That's not Tiger Woods' thing. That's Justin Timberlake's. That's JTT's.
It kind of is. No, Tiger Woods did that with his car and drove it off into a ravine. Happened in 2021.
Ooh.
Just weeks after Justin Timberlake was arrested for drunk driving, the pop star has been granted permission to begin planning stages for the opening of a luxury sports bar in Scotland. As reported by the BBC, Timberlake and golfing legend Tiger Woods, who had a DUI arrest of his own in 2017, will be teaming up to convert the new Picture House Cinema in St. Andrews into a bar called T Squared Social.
Yeah. I hate it.
That's the story.
Yeah, Tiger and Timberlake. Oh, I hate it. I hope their partnership comes with no strings attached.
Can we just spin it again and go? And we just got SkyNet.
I feel like there's a I feel like there's a missed opportunity though, because we got Timberlake and Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not like woodland themed?
Yeah, like Timberwoods. Oh, that's so much better.
Yeah.
Don't you guys want to go get some smoked wings at Timberwoods?
Squared my butt.
Or T-dubs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right?
Well, and it's in Scotland, so do some like Texas barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh man. We should be in charge of these things.
So I just spun again and I got SkyNet.
More citations coming in Northern California after drone reveals illegal fireworks use. Days after the Sacramento Fire Department revealed it had undercover officials working secretly to capture video and cite people for setting off illegal fireworks, another Northern California law agency said it also had a trick up its sleeve to catch violators. We're combing through reports of the Nail M app, which may contain time and location stamp videos of violators. The Woodland Police Department declared on social media, "We have video footage of violators that were taken by drone teams in response to fireworks complaints. These individuals will soon be receiving their citation in the mail or by personal delivery." So basically, Fireman John is now in Northern California using drones to hunt down illegal fireworks. You are safe no matter where you're no longer safe anywhere. They issued 34 citations totaling $110,000, a 600% increase from the same time last year.
So speaking of fireworks, I think this is actually a good time. We didn't really talk about the 4th of July to start off the show because I was too busy
we talked about ants.
About all my sticky fingers and ants and all that fun stuff.
Indeed.
But first off, how was your 4th of July? Did you blow off any fireworks?
Perfect. We started our firework display with the pooping dog firework, and that was our grand finale as well.
I loved seeing that on Instagram, by the way.
I need that.
Thank you. It was awesome.
See, and then I felt bad because I went to my in-laws, and they kind of took a little road trip to a place where Fireman John didn't want us to go.
No.
And I'm like, we're gonna burn the city down. Like, this is not good. And so when I text Fireman John and told him, and he asked me where I was, I'm like, West Jordan. He's like, oh no, they're fine. I'm like, so basically, I think he was just saying that, if West Jordan burns down, nobody cares.
It's true. Josh, next time you need to take your father-in-law to the peak of Oquirrh Mountain and point towards Evanston and say, "You see where the shadows touch? We'd never go there." Just do like a Lion King moment.
So were they incredible?
They were pretty good. There were a couple close calls. I won't lie.
Okay.
There's one that blew off like maybe less than 10 feet.
Phrasing.
Like above. And that scared all of us.
Wow.
Kind of deafened us for like a split second. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. It's just fireworks are just not my thing, mainly because to me, it's just looking at, $200 or whatever a pop burning up in the air.
Absolutely.
Just not my thing. But hey, I will watch it.
Yeah, so I went over to my sister's house, my daughter and I, and we just sat on their driveway and watched all of her neighbors burn their fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
Because these were the people that just light them off in the street, and you can just look to your left or right like a tennis game and be like, hey, thanks for spending so much money for the community. I really appreciate this. I am lighting my sparkler and writing my name with the sparkler over here.
Right.
So that's about as much as I can contribute because I can't stop thinking about the money issue.
Oh, same. That's the Jewishness in both of us, I think, Kenny.
Kent, it is Independence Day. And I know, Kent, you hate American cheese, so you're no patriot. But I worry for your children.
Sure.
And the reason I worry for your children is you're teaching them to go out and participate in watching others' fireworks.
Yeah.
Which is communist, 1.
Wow. Okay.
2, are you going to start taking your girls to like the park and looking for the biggest family barbecue there and pretending like you're a part of the family? And be like, oh yeah, we're cousins with Julie.
Look, I'm Jewish enough as it is. I don't need to bring it. Well, okay, that's actually a pretty good idea. Maybe I should.
I'll go with you.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You just got to find the person that looks the most like me, and I guarantee we won't ask questions. We'll just slap a burger on your plate and call it good.
I love that. Okay, thank you.
That's actually very true, because there were some pretty good barbecues in the park the other day, and
that's true.
But see, the thing is we kind of started this tradition in our family with my in-laws, where on the 4th of July we go to Chuckarama. And I kind of love this tradition, because
what the founding fathers would have wanted.
Exactly, because my father-in-law and I, in the past 2-3 years, have tried to convince my mother-in-law to take us to Chuckarama for Thanksgiving. I think we've talked about this before on the other show, and it's just no, because of all the traditions, the food and everything, which I get, but at the same time, like, there's just something about going to Chuckarama on the 4th of July. I mean, like you said, Spencer, it's the perfect place to celebrate American, even when it's Mexican Day at the Chuckarama. And I kid you not, there were people there, though, that I swear, they were going to spend the whole day there.
Oh,
there were people that were sitting there playing Uno in between plates of food.
Listen, I'm not.
Yeah, who would ever bring board games to a eating establishment?
Spencer, listen, I know you know the story, but I'm not too proud to say that I once brought Risk to the Golden Corral up in Logan.
Risk?
For lunch and dinner. Because when you play Risk, you're there for lunch and dinner.
Yeah, sometimes breakfast.
Which brings up a really good question. Why do all-you-can-eat places ever open up in college towns and offer deals?
Honestly. Well, because there's so many old people in college towns, specifically Logan, that they're like, old people love the Golden Corral. Like, why?
That's true.
So I want to know.
Well, Rexburg, the glorious place that it is. I mean, I legit do love Rexburg. That's the original location for the Pizza Pie Cafe. Crago's Pizza Pie Cafe is what it's called.
Is that their claim to fame?
But the Pizookie is their claim to fame, okay? The Pizza Bomb. Anyway,
okay.
They would do $5 Tuesdays at the Pizza Pie Cafe, which is a godsend to college students, right?
Oh, for sure.
So we'd go there with our homework because they had free Wi-Fi, and we would eat from noon until close.
Would they get upset? Would you give a big tip? Like, how would they react?
Do you tip at the Pizza Pie Cafe?
You should.
No, but you should if you're going to be there and you're loitering.
I'm not loitering. I was eating.
Oh, my gosh.
But see, how often were you eating?
There was constantly a piece of pizza in front of me being worked on.
Okay, Josh, here's what I want to know. What time of day do you go to Chuckarama on the 4th? And also, would you do it the same thing on the 24th? Is it like post-parade? Do you go for like an early brunch? Is it like right before dinner? Like how are you scheduling this out? Just so I can meet you there next year.
Good question.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're welcome to come. Normally between 2 and 4, right? Because it's right after the lunch rush and it's right before the dinner rush or the early bird rush. We got there a little bit later this year. We got there about 4 o'clock and it was starting to get a little busy. But the year before we went at 2:30. And there was nobody there. Like you were putting the first spoon in the pudding, right? That's kind of like how nobody was there. So
that sounds like a euphemism.
It definitely is.
I'm just going to leave that up to your imagination, Spencer.
It's vivid.
But,
not with you and your poop out tendencies.
But the thing is nobody's going to Chuckarama really on the 4th because they're all barbecuing. They're all getting the burger from
That's not just a 4th of July thing.
Okay.
People just aren't going to the Chuckarama.
No, people are going to the Chuckarama.
Right.
And but the holidays where they're, besides Thanksgiving, really, I guess that's the anomaly, but you're not going necessarily for those traditional food holidays where, you're barbecuing or whatever.
Which, for you, Josh, I think is a huge missed opportunity. I mean, you're on the verge of greatness here with the 4th of July at the Chuckarama. But what I think you need to do, and I don't want to tell you how to celebrate. I don't want to encroach on your freedoms here.
I think you are, but go ahead.
I mean, he literally called me communist, but go ahead, Spencer.
Hear me out. That's true. It's because you are. Okay.
I'm a moocher.
American cheese.
I'm a moocher.
You are no parent. No, it's not because of that. It's your American cheese slander.
It stands.
Josh.
Yes.
4th of July, that needs to be Golden Corral.
Okay.
Just trust me on this. Because the 24th of July, Chuck Wagon Breakfast, needs to be Chuckarama because there's more pioneer vibes with the Chuckarama.
They don't have breakfast though, and I can't eat eggs, so that kind of ruins
Chuckwagon. Chuckwagon. Just think Chuckwagon.
Okay, fine.
Pioneer Day.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chuckarama.
But, hey, shouldn't the fourth be Sizzler because fireworks sizzle? Am I
Ooh.
right?
That's true. Do they still have the unlimited salad bar?
They sure do.
They closed the Sizzler down here in South Jordan, though.
Well, you're gonna have to find one for the salad bar.
Mm-hmm. It's
Kent's
a dying breed.
Sizzler. There's still one here in Layton.
Isn't it sad when you're like,
so you just have to travel?
Let's find a bad buffet and go. What's the worst one?
Well, because then Golden Corral then gets opened up for Thanksgiving, because the Golden Harvest.
That's why. Thank you.
So Golden Corral for Thanksgiving, and then Chinese New Year, you can go to like one of the mini Chinese buffets that are all owned by the same 5 people.
Spencer, I think that you're just using this opportunity as your way to apply for bacon sale because you're just preparing for
43 more episodes
for a buffet.
He wants a buffet episode.
Yes, he does. And where does
joke? But I have pitched that one to Kent many times.
Where does the Lucky Buffet land?
Oh, that's a good question. We'll have to go.
That's actually the Lucky Buffet is a tier 3.
Why?
Because the value's not that high, the food quality is not that high, and the variety's not that high.
I'm still mad that my gum got thrown away.
Mm-hmm.
I was chewing that gum for 3 straight weeks, and I put it on the plate.
And cleanliness at the Lucky Buffet.
True. It smells like squid a lot of the times.
Ew.
And that kind of is off-putting.
Yeah, that's tier 3.
Especially when the pudding smells like squid.
Listen, if a place has good banana pudding and there's
first spoon in the pudding,
if there's Nilla wafers in the banana pudding, that's at least a tier 2. At least.
Well, that's Golden Corral.
Well, and that's also Paradise Buffet. They actually have good.
You know which one is a tier 1? Pizza Pie Cafe.
Is it still?
It's a tier 2.
No, the variety is okay, especially now they have a better pasta bar.
Okay.
So you got pasta, pizza, and salad.
The crappy salad.
The value is why it still gets a 21. Yeah, but
how much
the value is what gets you to a tier 1.
How much?
Still like $10-11.
Yes, it used to be $7
per person. Yeah. But when Golden Corral or Chuckarama are like $25 a person.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, you got me.
So on value and then decent variety and decent quality, that bumps it up to a tier 1.
Okay. But is it really decent? Is it really decent variety though when you have like a scallop potato pizza? Or
that's my favorite.
Oh, it's gross. Oh, of course. I mean, Idaho.
The Spudalicious pizza is my favorite.
No.
That one and the chicken bacon ranch. Oh my gosh, I'll eat those ones all day, every day.
No, the thing is they should have done crispy like hash browns instead of scallop potatoes on that. Then
agreed.
Then we'd be talking.
Give me the peach and the Oreo pizzas all day, and I'm fine, actually. It probably is a tier 1.
It's a tier 1.
It's a tier 2.
We'll get there. Hey,
well, if we're going to go full bacon sale on this episode, Kent, what are our movie previews?
Oh, look at that. Look at that segue right there. Okay, so we missed like 2 weeks of movies. Yeah, I know. You're really good at this. So
Exhibit B.
Right. So we did miss 2 weeks of movies, but honestly, there are just no movies to see. And in fact, depending on your taste, we'll see if there's even anything good. There's one I'm excited for this weekend. Josh, you can't see it. I'm not allowing you to see it.
Is it Cocaine Bear 2?
It's called Long Legs.
Oh, yeah, I can do it.
Oh.
No, you're seeing Cocaine Bear 2 with me.
I've seen reviews of this one.
Is it spiders?
So I think it's not spiders. It's Nicolas Cage. Whatever that means.
Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse.
It's like you have a
lazy eyes coming out right now.
Nicolas Cage. Would that make that Big Daddy Long Legs?
Right. Yeah. Right. So
ew.
Long Legs, Spencer. I know. Like we've read some reviews. I think they're kind of blowing it up. They're kind of calling this the next Silence of the Lambs, and I just don't think that's going to be the case. I think it'll be a little eerie. I think it will be off-putting. But I don't think it's going to be like, I don't know. I'm just trying to like limit my expectations. Essentially, Josh, this is a I don't know, FBI agent looking for a serial killer played by Nicolas Cage. And she finds a lot of weird things, and it may have supernatural ties in it somewhere along the way. So I'm pretty excited though. I will be seeing this one this weekend. Josh, you can't see it.
And this is a commercial release?
Yeah, it is.
Or is this a... Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
The next weekend is, I guess we're going to say like a bigger summer release, but this summer's kind of terrible. It's Twisters. It's on the 19th of this month. And I will say, like, it's one of the more anticipated movies this summer, which is funny because the original came out, 1995?
Which is weird.
Right, 1996 or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I was
96, I think.
Yeah.
And the weird thing to me is it's like it's targeted at my age range, like my age group. But we were like 5 when it came out. I did not see Bill Paxton in Twisters 1.
And I don't know. I just think the 90s were a good time. And there were a lot of good disaster movies or bad disaster movies. If we're getting back to that, okay. I just kind of hope it's fun. Maybe we just need that kind of Roland Emmerich type kind of destruction again.
You know that there's going to be a flying cow somewhere in that movie.
2.
There will be 2 flying cows.
It's the sequel, Josh. Always go bigger and better.
Guarantee it.
Oh, yeah. There's probably like a Texas steer.
Yeah.
No, I guarantee it will be 2 exactly flying cows that you see.
Will there be a Sharknado joke in the movie at all?
Yes.
Yeah, there has to be.
I hope so.
There has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what the plot of the movie is, Kent?
Essentially, I don't know if it's any relation to the first movie, but I know that Glenn Powell is in it, and he is like an expert, but it mostly revolves around the female protagonist who hunts them down and gathers a team. Yeah.
Well, so what she's trying to do is he is like this famous, like from what I have gathered from the trailers I've watched, he's like this famous like internet celebrity for hunting down the Twisters. And she is trying to test technology that destroys Twisters.
Okay.
But she makes super Twisters unknowingly.
I hope
and
so.
then that's how the sharks get sucked into the Twisters. And they eat the cows that are flying
Life finds a way.
I'm not an expert, though. I mean, I could be completely wrong.
I should make...
Completely wrong about the plot.
I should make Hollywood movies.
Or at least Redbox movies.
You should.
Okay, and our last movie of the month.
Oh, they're going out of business.
Oh yeah, they're out. They're like any Maverick, they're gone. It's sad.
Yeah. Chicken Soup for the Soul went bankrupt.
Do they own them?
Yeah.
What?
The Redbox is owned by Chicken Soup for the Soul.
What?
My mind is blown. I was actually thinking. The funny thing is I was actually thinking about those books just the other day.
Yeah.
And oh man, my worlds are colliding.
Redbox is no longer a feel-good story.
Apparently not.
There's no happy ending.
Okay, and our last
Kent, what's the next movie?
The last movie of the month. This will be one of the bigger releases of the year. Even though Inside Out, Inside Out 2 has been like the giant that it's been, but we have what? Spencer, go on.
Is it the
what
one
do you think it is? It is the one you're thinking of.
Dude, if it's what I think it is, can I be your +1?
The only reason I'm going to say yes, the only reason, Spencer, is because of its rating. And you're my friend.
Yes. It pays to be the anti-Joel.
It pays to be the anti-Joel.
Exhibit C.
I love pineapple.
So yeah, and that movie is Deadpool and Wolverine, which is like the biggest or really the only major superhero release this year, because I can't really include Sony's superhero projects at all because they're kind of disasters.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine, they're not
superheroes.
No, this will make a buttload, and you know what? It's going to be. We'll see. I mean, everyone's kind of done with the formula, but at the same time, this is always kind of been its own thing. Deadpool's always kind of been its own thing in incorporating the Fox universe, which I think it will say bye to the X-Men universe in a way, or maybe bring it in somehow. But I'm curious to see how it pans out. All right. Spencer, is this anticipated? Like, are you dying to see this, or are you kind of like wrap it up? You know,
he just knows that he can't take Stephanie on a date night to that one.
Yeah,
morbidly curious about this one.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
Is the best way to put it.
Morbidly,
well, because I have an idea of what comic storyline they're using. Deadpool kills the Marvel universe is the comic story arc I think they're using in this movie, to where Deadpool goes and kills the Fox universe.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do. The villain is Professor Xavier's sister. His twin sister. Who
like his Siamese twin, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's truly psychopathic. So
yeah.
Not telepathic, psychopathic.
Is she at Disneyland in your fantasy, Spencer?
No, and she's not played by Patrick Stewart, okay? She'd be played by Tilda
Is she eating
Swinton.
a turkey leg on the other side of you?
I just had to ask, that's all.
She's on Tom Sawyer Island. We banished her. Sir
All
Patrick and I did.
But that's all the movies I got. So that's July for you. Hopefully August has some better stuff. I mean, unless you're really excited for Twisters or Deadpool, you know?
Oh,
Lots of people are twisting
Sharknado.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, take us away.
You've just listened to The Other Show, starring Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. The Other Show is produced by Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. Show design and audio editing is done by me, Josh Hansen, and sales manager is Spencer Myers. The Other Show is generously supported by our friends on Patreon. A huge thank you to our Friends with Benefits tier. These friends are contributing a minimum of $25 a month, which in return comes with some rather significant benefits, including the weekly off-the-cuff episodes of the Other Show, monthly bonus episodes, quarterly live Q&A shows, and exclusive swag and perks. A huge thank you to our favorite Brit, Jonathan Vaskar, the lovely and talented Mrs. Robinson, the one, the only Chris Anderson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, Lady Terry A. Finley, the proud Disney mom, Tanya Budge, the other Keith Brown, it's Rick, not Dick Smith, Dave, and of course, our newest friend with benefits, Melanie Milring. To support The Other Show on Patreon, visit patreon.com/The Other Show to join. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. To better connect with us and other fans of The Other Show, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For past episodes, links to our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit our website at theother.show. And remember, when you're not listening to me here on The Other Show, you can hear me on my other show, The Party in the Back.
You can hear me on my other show, Bacon Cell.
And you can find me destroying twisters in the parking lot with Glenn Powell.